It's one of Australia's richest areas. The grand old Melbourne suburb of Toorak. Exclusive houses in these streets don't have numbers, they have names. After a redistribution, Toorak is now part of Kooyong.
We've actually broken the record for the number of signs in any given Liberal campaign in the history of the Liberal Party.
Today, Liberal candidate Amelia Hamer, great niece of former Victorian Premier Rupert Hamer, is hoping to capitalise on the boundary changes.
Yeah, do you want back to put things in, guys?
And is campaigning outside the local Coles in Toorak.
I'm incredibly proud of my family's migrant story.
But instead of talking about the cost of living, she's been forced to answer questions about being a beneficiary of a $20 million trust fund.
Let's be very clear about the way that people found out. People found out because Monique Ryan's volunteers, Monique Ryan's team, put together a dirt file and put that on the internet. So I just want to make that really clear. Thank you for your time.
Is there anything else they should know about? Anything else voters need to know?
What do you know about the candidates in your area?
Yes, Amelia, yes. I don't like the other one.
Who's the other one?
The other one is the doctor, whatever her name is.
The other one is independent Dr Monique Ryan, who shocked the Liberal Party in 2022 when she won Kooyong by defeating former Treasurer Josh Frydenberg. She campaigned on action on climate change and integrity in politics and was part of a teal wave of candidates that entered federal parliament. Now, because of a redistribution, she holds the seat by a slim 2.2% margin.
I'm actually going from Labor to Teal, independent, yeah. I think she's done a great job. She's been very visible in federal parliament and I'm voting for her this time.
Did you consider Amelia Hamer the Liberal candidate or?
No. I'm really against the nuclear power station policy of Liberals and I'm not going to vote for them at all. I can't. Yeah.
Amelia Hamer was a no-show at a recent climate forum. Monique Ryan was quick to point it out on social media.
A lot of the stuff that goes up on their social media is not a very flattering portrayal of me necessarily, but the reality is in politics, if you're worried about something that someone puts on social media about you, you're probably in the wrong business.
So far, it's been a campaign of hits and misses for the two main contenders. Monique Ryan's husband was caught removing one of Amelia Hamer's signs.
Are you a Monique Ryan supporter, ripping down people's signs, are you?
Look, my husband made a mistake. And it was an error that, we both apologised for straight away. It was unfortunate and we're really sorry that it happened.
I know my rent's gone up significantly. I'm a renter and I'm just having those conversations with people.
While Amelia Hamer painted herself as a renter.
I live in a one-bed apartment. I did a TikTok the other day, 5 reasons why Australians aren't having kids.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around my flat and going, well, I don't actually know where the kids would go.
It's since been revealed that the 31-year-old former financial tech executive, Oxford graduate and Liberal staffer, owns 2 properties, one in London, the other in Canberra.
Hi, how you going? I'm Amelia.
7:30 requested interviews with both candidates.
Look at that.
Amelia Hamer was flanked by her old boss, Senator Jane Hume. Was the omission of being a landlord or a homeowner in your social media posts or interviews, was that a strategy?
Oh, it's something I've actually talked about and I have talked about it with the press as well. I've talked about being, about owning property and the reality is that I talk about all my experiences as and when they're relevant and that's, I think that's important.
In Kooyong, the Liberal Party will be directing preferences to the Libertarian Party, whose policies include abolishing renewable energy targets.
Please welcome my friend, Jordan Ditloff.
The Victorian Libertarian Senate candidate, Jordan Ditloff, spent more than 2 years in prison after defrauding 47 victims. Why did you preference the Libertarian Party?
Oh, look, the preferences are sort of allocated in terms of, which, I hope the preferences actually don't matter, to be honest, because if we get across the line, they don't. The Libertarian Party is, a reasonable party and we allocate the preferences according to the parties that, we think that the order should be.
So was that random or you did choose it?
So the Libertarian Party, yeah, happy to put that number 2. Yeah.
Does the Libertarian Party align with Kooyong's values?
The reality is that we do preferences across the country in different places, and we put the Libertarian Party as number 2. We've got the ALP as number 3, and that's the decision that we made.
At this point, Amelia asked Jane Hume to help. So there's no justification behind it?
Do you want to add something to preference deals?
Yeah, sure. Only that preference deals are a decision for the division, and they make them right around the country at the same time. It's not something that's done necessarily on a seat-by-seat basis.
But the Libertarian Party have quite extreme views from the Liberal Party. Is that taken into account when you make a preference deal?
Every party has very different positions from the Liberal Party, and it's always a decision that we have to make. The ALP has very different positions. The Teals have the same positions as the Greens. Monique Ryan's views are extreme. Monique Ryan votes with the Greens 77% of the time, and then denies that she votes with the Greens 77% of the time.
Well, look, in this term of Parliament, the Greens have put up 37 motions to a vote in the House, and I voted for them on 26 occasions out of 37. That's not very many.
How does it feel for you constantly being called basically a Greens member in disguise?
I don't know that I've been called.
By the Liberal Party, basically saying you vote for them all the time, you're voting for a Greens person. That's their main campaign against you.
When I'm walking out to the street, onto the streets of Kooyong, which I do every day for several hours, people tell me what they care about. It's important, I think, that I try to concentrate on the things that matter, not on the kind of the name calling or negative campaigning of my political opponents.
At one of Monique Ryan's weekly pizza nights, volunteers were decked out in teal tops. Even teal napkins were used. But don't call Monique Ryan a teal.
It's something that the media's come up with, and people sort of, and I kind of get where it comes from, of a certain sort of politician. But there is no party, there's no formal organisation.
Is it inaccurate then to call you a teal independent?
I just don't think there's such a thing. I mean, different people mean different things by that, and I don't know what other people mean when they say a teal.
Is Climate 200, is that still the major backer of you, or has that changed?
So Climate 200 is a completely separate entity. In this election campaign, Climate 200, I think this year has had more than 20,000 individual donors. They've given me some support. Not actually that much.
Can you say who your biggest backer is financially?
I haven't had any single... I've had a few individuals who have been quite generous with their financial support.
Is this harder than your contest with Josh Frydenberg?
We've got a very different government now, and people are under different stresses. You also have the fact that the AUC has changed the boundaries of Kooyong quite significantly, and so that's changed the dynamics just within this electorate as well.
For the first time, Brenda is voting in Kooyong. Voters like her have already made up their mind. What do you know about Amelia?
Young. I think exciting. I think we need a woman. I think it's good.
If you don't mind me asking, how have you traditionally voted in previous elections?
Same old, same old. Liberal.